Hi everyone, my name's Jeremy Gay, I'm from Evolution Aqua, and today I'm here with the Aquascaper George Farmer to talk about the range of tanks. George.
Hi.
Aquascaping tanks. So you obviously work with Evolution Aqua. This is a range that you helped us develop, co-develop. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, really exciting range. Very privileged to be on board with you guys. So the Aquascaper range of tank kind of fills a gap in the market, I think. So, you know, the marketplace is awash with all-in-one systems, you know, that come with filters, heaters, hoods, T5 lighting, etc. And then you've got the other end of the spectrum, which is the famous Japanese brand, which is the opposite. You know, you're literally paying for 5 panes of glass. And so I kind of thought it would be nice to have that quality, but at a more affordable
So what are you
point.
looking for in an aquascaping tank then?
I'm looking at as literally as little as possible. I just want to be looking at what's inside the tank.
So describe your perfect aquascaping tank. Has it got a hood? Is it?
No. So it's all about minimising equipment.
Okay.
With aquascaping. You want to be looking at the aquascape and not the tank really, or any equipment. So no hood, no braces, no rims, no silicone on display if we can help it. Definitely not black silicone because it gives it like a really obvious border. It's clear glass as possible. And just really not highly polished, minimum Aris, so this little tiny kind of bevel, that's really minimised.
So it's kind of attention to detail that you're looking for. So you want something absolutely minimalist, but even the minimal points to be...
Yeah, you just want, like, it's clean cut and as minimal as possible. It's just...
You wouldn't even have that light fixed to it, would you?
No, I'd like to spend... I always like to suspend my lighting.
Okay, so there are several models in the range.
Yes, so
tell us about this one.
So this is the 300 cube, Aquascaper 300 cube by Evolution Aqua. It comes in 5mm super white glass, so it's super white, which means it's even lower iron than regular low iron glass.
And what effect does that give when it's, you know?
So I don't know if you guys can see on the video, but when you look down the cross section especially, it has like a light blue glow. If you look,
I can see straight through it. I can see you.
So if you look at other brands with regular float glass, you'll notice it's almost like a dark green, which is an indication of the iron content.
Correct.
So the lower iron, the more clear it's going to be. And as an aquascaper, you know, like I said earlier, you want to be looking at the aquascape with as minimal distraction as possible.
I mean, if anything, it's got even a very light blue tinge, but that's kind of attractive.
Yeah, because blue like represents like purity. You know what I mean? It's like and it's like I say, light blue. It just looks lovely. Really cool.
So this is the 300 cube.
Yeah, so 300. We go 600, 900, 1200, 1500, and now we have the new 1800, which is a beast. 19mm glass, absolutely amazing tank. They're all of them, their width front to back exceeds their height, apart from the cube, obviously. And the reason for that is we love a good surface area. It not only gives you more room to play with in terms of footprint for aquascaping, but it has biological benefits as well. You're going to get better gaseous exchange, it's just a more healthy environment, more oxygen in the system, which is good for everything, not just the fish, but for the bacteria, for the plants.
And a wide tank front to back, if you're entering competitions, which lots of aquascapers do, what's the advantage of that?
So with aquascapes and aquascaping, a lot of it is to do with depth. So when kind of the old school of aquascaping would be like to look at your aquascape from left to right or right to left. But if you look at the really good aquascapers these days, it's all about aquascaping front to back. And there's tricks you can use in photography, but obviously, you know, if you start off with an aquarium that's long front to back, then you're onto a winner. And you can create these beautiful kind of, you know, nature aquarium style aquascapes or dioramas or mountain ranges, all these different like really cool styles of aquascape. And the wider aquarium just lends themselves to that, definitely.
Because when you enter a photograph, it's not allowed to be judged from the top, is it?
No.
So it has to be judged front on. So you've got 2 dimensions effectively, but you need to use that third one.
So that's one of the reasons we like to go for the wider depth for sure.
Okay, cool. So foam mat on the bottom?
Yeah, it comes ready supplied with a foam mat, and it's actually cut back a little bit from the front, so when it sits on the cabinet, you know the foam mat's virtually invisible. which looks really nice. It just looks like the aquarium's floating on the cabinet.
Cabinets?
Cabinets, so yeah, available in 16 different finishes.
Cool.
So we've got the really trendy super matte finishes,
Love
which is
super
my
matte.
favourite. So I used to like gloss,
Yeah.
but as an aquascaper, you're often in and out of the cabinet, and with like black gloss especially, you can really notice fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
Super matte, it just looks clean all the time. It's really cool. No reflections either for photography. We have the wood kind of textured feel, even like a raw concrete, which is really modern and trendy. We've got various wood finishes, different shades of wood to suit most people's interior homes. So it's literally a cabinet for every home, I would say. And the cabinets themselves are just really good quality as well. Soft close hinges, with the bigger cabinets you've got a dry electrical area which is completely sealed. The doors are double sealed for less water ingress, so the holes on the side as well for the hoses that come up, so we don't have any ugly hoses coming up the back of the tank, because we often don't use a background. We have a clear background. We often have a pale wall like we've got here, or a pale wall effect, so you get your backwash of light hitting the back wall, gives you this really cool background effect. Imagine if you had like green tubes coming up the background, it would just look rubbish. So.
It spoils it.
Yeah.
And you remove all the equipment for the photo anyway?
Yes.
In a competition?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely for the final photo. So yeah, the Aquascaper range is designed for the aquascaper in mind. It's a good price point. I mean, just the tank alone for this is just £59.
Yeah.
This and the cabinet 149, all the way up to the high end. The top, the 1800. Which is looking at two grand or so for the tank and cabinet, but something for every budget.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, that is the 300 the Aquascaper with George Farmer.
Cheers, thanks for watching.